Hello everyone, this video I'm just going to talk real quick about the coronavirus and what's going on in China, Beijing, the world and whatever. I was supposed to make another video that's following on with what I plan to do for this new year, which was my teaching Chinese, but looks like things have taken a turn for the worse. So let's address the elephant that's escaped from the room. Well, literally a few days ago, some of my friends were asking me if I'm okay, if everything's alright, and sending me links about the coronavirus, and I was thinking to myself, whoa, why is everyone panicking about some virus that's going around? Like, I'd barely even heard the name coronavirus, even though it's a term used for all these kind of viruses like the SARS, the MERS and all that lot. I barely even heard that term before, and when I was getting these messages, I was kind of dumbfounded. I was like, whoa, why is everyone panicking about something that I haven't even heard about? I'm fine. I was like, no problem, I'm okay, no worries. Everything's normal. I'm looking around the streets and it seemed pretty normal, but obviously I was missing something. So in the last, say, 3 or 4 days, in the last 3 days or so, it's suddenly turned into Armageddon. And it's just happened so quickly. So first it was the death toll. Like, the numbers were small compared to, you know, the populations of the place that we're in. Like, I'm in Beijing right now, 20 odd million people, and this virus outbreak started in Wuhan, which is a population of about 11 million people, like 12, 13 at peak, and then obviously they've had a bunch gone home already for Spring Festival. So yeah, it's a massive population you're talking about, and to hear at that time it was like 5, 6 deaths, I was just thinking to myself, come on, there's like 5 or 6 deaths from a car crash in one city, probably in one day. So it was like, to me it just seemed like, it's nothing too crazy. The normal flu, the ordinary common flu, is that what you call it? The ordinary flu, the winter flu, you know, the one that everyone seems to get, that kills more people. That's what I was thinking, it kills more people. And then I started to read up a bit more about it, and I was seeing that it can go from person to person. And the scariest part, I think, for most people, is the fact that you can have it and not know you've got it and still pass it on for up to 14 days. Like, you can have it, the incubation period before your body starts to react to the point where you would realize, oh, I've got something wrong, is 7 to 14 days. And in this time, you could be passing it on. So I could have it right now. Oh my God, fingers crossed I don't have it. Like, I feel normal, and I haven't been to Wuhan, and I haven't met up with anyone that I know who has been to Wuhan that I know of, you know, so far so good. But yeah, whew, it's getting scary. Now, there are lots of videos, lots of conspiracy theories and stuff that I want to try and see if I can remember them all and address some of them. Right, so in Wuhan they are building 1 or 2 hospitals. That is true. Within 6 days, that is not true. They had initially, I'm sorry, I got a little, my son is here, a little 1.5-year-old, he wants to be in the video too. They are building a hospital or 2 within a couple of weeks. So the plan was within 6 days, but I think it's been extended to a couple of weeks. That is true. And yes, it's amazing, it's super fast, faster than most countries could achieve. And I think that's something that China's quite proud of. The next thing is that there's a cover-up and that it's more serious than the government is reporting. Now, is it more serious than the government's reporting? I think so, but do I think it's a cover-up? No, I don't think so. I just think it's something that, and now my cat wants to get involved. Hey, get out! I don't think it's a cover-up, but I do think that we just don't understand enough about it. From what I'm looking at, the numbers are pretty much doubling every day. So the number of deaths, the number infected is doubling every day. And so far there's no vaccination, there's no cure, and we don't really know how many people are carrying this virus, because, you know, so many people were in Wuhan during the outbreak before Wuhan was closed off, and they already left. So we don't know how many people around the country, around the world, are just carrying it and they don't have any symptoms yet and are passing it around. You know, think about all the planes. You say people get off the plane and they're infected. What about all the passengers on that plane, the people sitting next to them? What about them? Are they infected too? We don't know yet. So I'm sure these numbers are going to go up even higher. And what's going to make it worse is when everyone comes back from the Spring Festival holiday. So far it's been extended by 2 days or something like that, which I think is really not enough time. I understand why they can't just extend it indefinitely, because people have to work, people are still gonna have to pay rent and pay bills, and economy's still gonna have to go on. But it's quite scary. What's gonna happen when half of the country, so now not just 5 million people that escaped from Wuhan, but 500 million people What happens when all those people start to move and go back to the big cities where they're working? The big cities, that's the problem, you see. Because in the big cities is where it's going to get spread even faster. Shanghai, Beijing, where I am, and other cities that, you know, if you just look at the list of how many cities have more than 5 million people in China. So, what's gonna happen to me? I have no idea. Right now, I'm in, me and Hillary, we've just been pretty much staying inside. Today I made a failed attempt to go to the supermarket. Everyone needs a face mask these days, and I got mine. KFC is still open. 7-Eleven still open too. Food deliveries are still happening. Right now, I'm in the middle of Beijing, about to go to the supermarket. It's 9 p.m. Didn't want to come out, but I can't die of starvation while there's a virus going around. I mean, choose my death. Starvation or virus, right? I'll wait for the virus. I'm not going to starve to death. This is a pretty central road, usually full of traffic. Pretty empty now. Just taxis. Literally up until, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago, I had no idea about how serious this was. No idea really about this virus. It's just, I kept on getting messages from people back home, worrying about, like, you know, am I okay and stuff like that. And I kept saying, yeah, everything's normal, everything's fine, so far unaffected. But now, I'm starting to notice on the streets, like, no one's out. The people that are out, they're all wearing masks like this. This is a cheap one. We've got one of the better ones at home, but my ears are too soft and it won't stay around my ears. It just makes my ears bend and flops off, so I have to make do with this. Just hope no one sneezes near me. Oh dear. So it's saying from the 28th of January 2020 until the 29th of February, it's 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Damn it. So I'm going home empty-handed, but there is still the option of 7-Eleven, so I'm going to see what's on my shopping list and see if there's anything I can get from 7-Eleven, because they're still open. Fingers crossed. I left it late because I thought, you know what, avoid the crowds, because I've been hearing from people that the supermarkets are a bit crazy right now. People are like snatching food and fighting over noodles and rice and stuff like that. So I didn't want to be a part of that, but looks like by not being a part of that, I've missed my chance. Oh dear. And like I was talking about, the rumours that people were snatching up food and snatching up rice and stuff like that, and having arguments over stuff in the supermarkets, and prices have gone up for a lot of stuff, shelves are empty. It's true, that is true. So, and we're in Beijing, a big city that's not even near to where the virus is, you know, the epicenter of the virus. So I can imagine what it's like in Wuhan or around Wuhan, how the situation must be there for the supermarkets and stuff like that. People are scared to go out, and people are barricading themselves into their homes, and people are setting up their own sort of entry and exit restrictions on their buildings, because, you know, a lot of people in Beijing and China live in apartment blocks, and from what I've seen, even where I live, around the corner, there are some elderly people who have made, you know, they set up like their own sort of police red tape that goes around the entrance to the building, and there's like a little desk there and a chair there, and there's just some elderly people sitting there, and I'm guessing what they'll do is, like, if I tried to go there, they'll probably say, hey, which number do you live at? Who are you going to see? Like, they'll probably like try to block people who don't live there from going in, and that's happening all over the country. That's true. Hey. And people are chanting and singing songs. I've seen many videos shared on social media here about people in Wuhan who are chanting like the national anthem from outside of their who are chanting the national anthem from outside their apartment windows, and also shouting like, come on Wuhan, let's do it, come on, stick together, and stuff like that. That is true. How many people do I think are affected? To be honest, I think there's a lot of people that are going to be affected by it, a lot. I've been reading up numbers that say up to 150,000 people probably already have it and don't know it. and oh, that would be scary because I really don't know what's going to happen when everyone has to go back to work. Honestly, that's going to happen from the 2nd of February, so we're only a few days away. And at that point, day one, there's going to be an influx on the trains, the planes, and the city hospitals are going to be crazy. And people have no choice. What are you going to do? If you have to work, you have to work. Are you going to quit your job because of a virus? It's that you may or may not get, and if you get it, you may or may not live. Oh, I don't know. It's a really... And then what you can do about your bills that you have to pay and stuff like that. So, I don't know. It's not easy. I have seen a lot of expats on the news complaining to the government of their home country and the government of China, saying like, oh, we're not being evacuated and stuff like that. And I think, yeah, I can understand it. Would I like to get out of here right now? Kind of, yeah, kind of. I would like to be out of here, but then I've got family here now, so I can't just say, yeah, all right, me, Hillary, Oscar, we go, and then, you know, her mum and dad are still here and her family is all still here. It's a bit, it feels a bit selfish, so we're just gonna try and be as safe as possible, stay indoors as much as we can. But there is that problem about food. Food is running out, and people here like to do stuff fresh. As we know, apparently the cause of this virus was from the Wuhan wet market, where they serve all kinds of random meat and animals. That is true. Apparently the outbreak started there because people like to eat stuff fresh. People like to see, the animal is moving. Now it's not moving. Oh, it's in a bag. Oh, now I've got it in my bag, in my hand. Oh, it's warm. Take it home and cook it. That's how fresh people like the food here. So stuff goes out of date real quick. People don't really store food generally. They buy it every day. So I'm sure there's going to be like food shortages very soon, and I don't know. I'm a little concerned about what we're going to do in Beijing, since the supermarkets are closing early and at random, and also there's not a lot in there. So yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd give a little update. So far I'm okay, we're okay, not showing any symptoms, but we've probably got like what, a 2-week total before we would show any symptoms if we have it. So yeah, we'll just stay indoors for as long as we can until Hillary has to go back to work, and then we'll see. Just gotta brave it out. But there is nothing I can do, so I don't want anyone to worry. I'm not doing anything to endanger myself. We're not doing anything to endanger ourselves. We're just literally staying inside and waiting to see what happens. We've got we can live. We've got enough food to kind of take us for a few more, probably about another week. But I am gonna still try and go to the supermarket again tomorrow, because it would be good if we had a little bit more. I'm gonna wear that mask again and battle with the crowds. So maybe tomorrow I'll give another update. I'll take my phone anyway. I'm not gonna take my camera out, but I'll take my phone, and if I see anything happening in the supermarkets or find out anything on the streets around here, then I will let you know. But until then, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.